friends, I'm Collier Lumpkin again, and I have a really fun appetizer for you today. When I think appetizers, I think cocktail parties, and I love having cocktail parties, but I hate all the prep work sometimes that goes into it, because then you miss out on having the way fun with your friends at the cocktail party. So I thought, how could we do an appetizer that looks awesome and looks like you are just a whiz in the kitchen, but actually is super easy to prepare, that you can do ahead, is hot, and comes out like a big shebang at the end. So what we're going to make are what are called Palmiers. Some people call them elephant ears, some call them mini strudels. They're just a little puff pastry, savory morsel that are awesome, and they look stupendous in the end. So today we're going to do wild mushroom ones, and you can use whatever mushrooms you have. If you've got the button mushrooms or shiitakes or portobellos are delicious. This would also work with anything else you have in your fridge. Another great clean out the fridge recipe idea. You could do butternut squash, you could do asparagus, you could do a mix of veggies if you really want to, no problem. All we're going to do is chop these up pretty fine, because you're going to see that they're going to go into a puff pastry roll, and as we roll them, if they're too big, then they're not going to fit and roll really well. So I'm going to chop these up pretty fine. All I'm going to add, these have just been sauteed, high heat, butter and olive oil. The thing with mushrooms, if you don't cook them at a high heat, then they kind of stew in their own juices, and they get really soft and mushy, and they don't really taste very great. So make sure that you don't overcrowd the pan too much. Although, if you're willing to just let them go and keep cooking on your heat, but it's pretty hot, then you're going to be okay even if you have a lot of mushrooms in the pan. Don't even worry about them. But let them get really nice and golden brown, and they're fabulous. So I've just chopped those. I'm going to drop in my bowl. I'm going to add in some heaping tablespoons of cream cheese. I love that creamy consistency. It goes so well with the mushrooms. It's just fantastic. So this is at room temperature. It's helpful. Cream cheese is one of those amazing products that gets even more amazing at room temperature, because it gets soft and you can spread it and you can mix it. So I've just added the cream cheese to the bowl. I'm going to add some parsley. I love using fresh herbs. They're delicious. Parsley would work great with this. Cilantro might be really fun if you like that really bright, verdant flavor. You know what else would go really well with mushrooms is thyme, if you have fresh thyme, or even fresh rosemary. Those are all awesome flavors with the kind of woodsy, earthy mushrooms. So let's get some of this parsley. You don't have to use it all. We'll put some of that in there. Some salt and some red chili flake. And then the last thing I'm going to add is some balsamic vinegar. I love the bite of balsamic, the richness of balsamic, and this one is actually an apple balsamic, which I love that fruitiness with the mushrooms and the cream cheese. But if you've got a plain, that's fine. If you have a plum balsamic, that's delicious. Whatever you have. And then all you gotta do is stir this up. Could that filling be any simpler? I don't think so. Now, once it gets mixed, we're going to move on to the puff pastry element. Now, puff pastry comes frozen, and it comes in sheets, and you have to let it sit either at room temperature in the fridge for a little while to soften up. And then it looks, let me scoop some of this stuff out of the way, it looks like this when you unroll it. Puff pastry is one of the hardest things in the world to try and make from scratch at home. It's almost impossible, because it's layers of this delicious, buttery, kind of very flaky dough, so it's way too hard to make on your own. So you can just grab it at the store, it's no problem. But all I'm going to do is spread this mixture on here. Could this be any easier? I told you, this is such a great recipe to do ahead. You can get to this point, we're going to roll this, and once we roll it, it can go back in the fridge. You could keep it overnight. It's super easy. You can do this the day before, and then when the cocktail party rolls around, all you have to do is bake them, and you are set. You can just mingle and entertain and not have to worry about getting any of this stuff on your beautiful cocktail dress. You know, the important things out there. So once this is spread out, you're going to want yours to be spread a little more elegantly than I've done here. But in order to make these kind of pinwheel shapes, I just wanted to show you how you do that. You find the middle and just put a little notch right in the middle of your dough, and then we're going to roll inward from both sides. Couldn't be more simple. So you're going to grab the edge of your dough and just start to roll. And just roll them up. One to the middle on that side, flip it over, and one to the middle on the other side. How easy is that? So they make this kind of a shape. Now, the last thing you're going to want to do is put a little bit of egg wash on here, because they tend to want to come apart in the middle, and then you have these beautiful palmiers that have kind of, whoop, they look like broken hearts, which, I mean, maybe if you're having an anti-Valentine's Day party or something, why not? But for us, we like them to stick together. So a little bit of that egg wash, roll it up, and then it's got to go in the fridge. at least 30 minutes, 45 minutes at the most, so it kind of chills and sets. By the magic of television, got one that's already chilled for us. So you'll see it gets a lot firmer, and now we can cut it. How easy is that? It's all stuck together. All you need is a serrated knife, something like this, and all you want to do, let me turn it this way so you can see, is slice. I'm saying about 1/4 of an inch. You could go a 1/2 inch if you want really, really thick ones, but 1/4 of an inch should be just fine, and you'll get these lovely little wheels. Look at that. How cool does that look? Aren't they kind of fun? I just love them. And if you do butternut squash, they'll be orange, asparagus will be green, whatever works for you. Now, once you've cut them all, grab your baking dish, cookie sheet, parchment paper will save your life if you use it. Just put it down here and then plop these right on there. You don't have to worry about greasing it. You don't have to worry about them sticking. It's just perfect. The last thing you're going to need to do, brush a tiny bit of your egg wash on top. It'll help it stick together. And into the oven they go. I'm telling you, as simple as they come. Now, again, the magic of television, we've got some already prepared. Look at these delicious treats. Golden brown, that fun pinwheel shape, and they are absolutely scrumptious to eat. I hope you love these. So wonderful for a cocktail party. Enjoy them at your next one, and I'll see you soon. Have a great one.